Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Alright.
So a good weekend?
Yeah.
I hear you scored loads of goals yesterday.
That's right, yeah. Did you watch me? Did you see it on TV, did you?
No, I didn't know.
No?
Right, so can you remember what we done last week?
Roundabouts.
Did we do any other bits apart from roundabouts?
Yeah, we done crossings. What do we do?
Did we do any junctions?
Oh yeah, we did, yeah, that's it. Junctions. Yeah, we recapped it, we said we'll look into junctions, yeah.
Yeah, so at the end of it,
Yeah.
can you remember how you scored yourself from 1 to 10? 1 being not good, 10 being brilliant?
Yeah, I scored myself a 5. Yeah, 5 I think it was, I can't remember. 5 or 6 I said, didn't I? I was pretty confident by the end. I said I started off with that.
Look at your reflective log.
Yeah.
Scored yourself a 7.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Alright, 7 it was, and yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think you need to do to get to 10?
Practice, I think.
Yeah. Do you remember the pictures and the bit of a briefing I gave you at the end of the lesson?
Yeah.
It was on what? Can you remember?
It was lights, wasn't it? Traffic lights.
Crossings.
Crossings, yeah.
Pedestrian crossings.
Pedestrian crossing, yeah.
So you've had quite a few years of crossing the road.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you ever use crossings?
Yeah, yeah.
Could you tell me a bit about what kind of types of crossings you've used?
I've used zebra crossings.
And what did you have to do at the zebra crossing?
Zebra crossings. Obviously, you look to both sides, see if there's no car coming. And obviously, if there's a cars are supposed to stop for you, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
And yeah, and when the cars have stopped, you cross the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you used any other type?
Yeah, the traffic light crossings, where you press a button and you wait for the lights to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the only two.
And can you remember what comes up when it's safe to, when it should be safe to cross at the light control crossing?
Yeah, you're supposed to wait for the light to turn red.
No, I mean from your point of view as a pedestrian.
Yeah.
What do you see on the box?
All right. When the wait sign, the green light comes on, that's when we know it's safe for us to cross.
Yeah. So the wait sign and the green man
Yeah.
define two different types of crossings.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
They're all pretty much named after birds.
After birds.
Yeah.
All right.
Pelican,
Yeah.
puffin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A pelican crossing is the old style crossing that's being phased out now. That will have the white sign on.
Mhm.
Yeah. So as you're approaching a crossing, if you look at the box on the right, which is normally facing you unless somebody's moved it,
Mhm.
and you see the white sign on,
Mhm.
but there's nobody standing there,
Yeah.
do you think those lights still might change?
Puffin.
No, pelican.
Or pelican. I'm not too sure.
Yes, they would do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the pelican crossing, which has got the green and red man, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you any idea what happens when you press the button there?
The lights change, don't they?
From a pedestrian point of view, have you any idea what happens? What do you see when you press the button?
Normally just beeps and turns red.
Yeah, next time you go and use one,
Mhm.
if you get a chance, we'll stop and use one today.
Okay.
When you press the button,
Mhm.
either a little red light above or below the button, or on some of the newer
Oh, right,
ones,
yeah, I remember now.
a red light that surrounds the button.
Oh, right, that's right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I remember seeing them. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you can cross the road when
When it goes green.
when it goes green. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So red for danger, you
Yeah.
mustn't cross.
Mhm.
Green for when it's safe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you ever? I know you do a lot of cycling.
Yeah.
Do you ever cycle across the crossing?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of these crossings where it's got a picture of a bike?
Yeah. Sometimes when I come back from work, come at the train station, take my bike out, and there's always it's just that one outside the train station. It's got a crossing with a bike sign on it, like a cycle logo.
So what would you say would be more dangerous as a driver if you're driving up to one of those crossings, either a bike coming out or a pedestrian coming out?
I'm not too sure. Maybe a bike?
Why is that?
Because we may come up faster than...
Yes, exactly, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
good answer. And do you ever cross the road where there's no crossings?
Yeah, so like this road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always do, yeah. Most of the time.
So, as a driver,
Yeah.
you could expect these pedestrians here, if they want to cross the road, they haven't got a crossing,
Yeah,
they may well cross in front of us.
that's right.
What do we have to do?
Give way to them?
Yeah, you can't hit them, can you?
No, we can't hit them. No.
Yeah. Yeah, so can you just remind me who's responsible for everybody inside and outside the car?
I am.
Yeah. And what's your aims and objectives for the end of this lesson today? I mean, how do you feel about pedestrian crossings at the moment as a driver?
Not too confident, really. Yeah.
If you put it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Maybe about 3. Because I know the basics of of crossings and stuff. I mean,
And what's your why a 3? What are you worried about?
not really worried. It's just because I haven't really tried them. I've not paid attention.
Yeah.
As a driver, obviously, I've not paid attention to the actual crossings. So, because I just thought, I never looked into the depth of it. I just wait for it to turn red and just stop. If it's green, go. So, yeah.
So where would you like to be on that scale? But at the end of this lesson today,
I'd like to be a 8 or a 9, really. I mean, a 10.
Yeah.
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 If that's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, and just to remind you that if you put anybody in danger,
Yeah.
either inside this car
Yeah.
or outside this car,
Yeah.
I may have to intervene by using the duals,
Yeah. Yeah.
verbal action,
Mhm.
or moving the steering.
Okay.
If I have to do that, we will pull over and we will discuss it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah?
Fine.
Are you all comfortable?
Yeah. I'm good. Yeah.
Right. If you want to drive on when you're ready.
Alright. Let's check. Yeah. Handbrakes. Yeah.
And we're going to turn right. What's the speed limit on this road?
30.
What's the appropriate speed?
Probably about 14. What I'm doing now.
And why is that?
Can't really see around the bend, and it's pretty tight on this road as well.
So by keeping that speed lower, what does that give you?
Enough time to brake.
Yeah, enough time to react, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good. End of the road, we're going to be turning right.
this car?
I think it is. Good mirrors for the new road, hold on. End of the road, we're going to be turning left. Good mirrors, well done. Now we're going to work, I'll let you deal with this first. We're going to work on uncontrolled crossings first, yeah?
Okay.
Now, end of the road, we're going to be turning left. Good mirrors again, well done. Yeah, so uncontrolled crossings we can recognise by black and white poles with yellow or amber flashing beacons on the top, yeah?
Okay.
So when we see one of them, the first thing we must do is check our mirror,
Yeah.
see how close the vehicle is behind us.
Alright.
Because if the vehicle is very close behind us, what do you think we could do to take the danger away?
Start slowing down.
Yeah, you could apply the brakes gently earlier.
Okay, yeah.
Roundabout, we're going to turn left the first exit. Now just looking around the corner here, see the black and white poles with the beacons?
Yeah.
First thing I'm going to do is check a mirror
Yeah.
and scan the crossing. Do you notice the zigzag lines on either side?
I didn't notice it there, but okay, yeah.
And we're going to turn left.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, 15 yards either side of a pedestrian crossing,
Yeah.
you've got zigzag lines, yeah?
15 yards, okay.
Yeah.
Is that with all the crossings, is it? 15 yards?
Yeah.
Alright.
Good mirrors, well done. They're there for a very good reason.
Yeah.
You mustn't park within the zigzags. The simple reason is because if you park within the zigzags, you're either blocking the view of traffic coming up behind you,
Yeah.
or blocking the view of traffic coming towards you,
Alright.
or blocking the view of a pedestrian and they may not see a car, yeah?
Yeah.
You also mustn't overtake within the zigzags, because if you overtake, the vehicle you overtake could be stopped to let the pedestrian cross, yeah? Now, we're going to turn left. Good observations, well done. Good mirrors, very good. End of the road left. So let's just say you're in slow moving traffic
Yeah.
and the vehicle in front of you is stopped just beyond the crossing. Do you think it would be okay for you to stop on the crossing?
No, you said we shouldn't stop in a crossing.
No, we were talking about the zigzag lines. Would it be okay for you to stop on the crossing itself?
No.
What inconvenience do you think that may cause pedestrians?
I think they'll get confused, won't they?
Well, they could be partially sighted
Yeah.
and falling over your car,
Okay.
but they'd have to walk around your car, which is dangerous, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
And we're going to turn left the first exit. Now, if you look ahead, you'll see black and white poles
Yeah.
with Venetian beacons. First thing you want to do is check your mirror
Yeah.
and scan. See the zigzag lines that time?
Yeah.
And we're going to turn left. Good mirrors, well done. about blocking the drive. We're not going to be there for long. Yeah, on approach to that last left-hand turn.
Yeah.
Very good mirrors.
Yeah.
Very good speed. Very good timing in the signal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you any idea what you could have done slightly better?
I think I done it pretty good, didn't I? No. Could have done it.
What did you do with the steering just before you turned into the corner?
I think I went slightly out, I think.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
What do you think the dangers of steering slightly out just before you go left are?
I don't think it's safe, is it, if there's a vehicle coming behind me or in front?
What do vehicles coming behind you quite often do when they see you're turning left?
I don't know, wouldn't they slow down, would they? Or?
Do they always slow down?
I'm not too sure.
Have we ever been overtaken when we're turning left? When we've been on lesson?
Oh yeah, we did. Someone last week did that, didn't they? Yeah, they overtook me.
So what do you think would happen if you swung out just as they're overtaken?
Oh right, they might overtake me. So obviously, if I swing out, I might hit into them, wouldn't I?
So where should you keep the wheel?
All right, close to the curb. Well, not yeah.
Straight.
Straight, yeah.
Yeah. So do you want me to give you a prompt on that?
I think I'd be fine. I think I just wasn't what I was doing. I wasn't concentrating.
I may just ask you a couple of questions about it.
Oh,
yeah?
that's fine. I think I'll be alright with it.
Right, so we'll drive home, you ready?
Yeah.
Looking ahead there,
Yeah.
what did you see on the back of that car?
I think you pressed the button, locked the door, and the lights came on, didn't they?
Yeah, so it's important to keep an eye on any activity in the cars, like lights flashing,
Yeah.
and we're going to turn left. Now there's nobody behind us, so I'd like you to stop here for a second.
All right.
You're on the mic control, there's nobody behind us.
All right.
Now, have a look at your position here.
Yeah.
You're actually following the curb round quite nicely.
All right.
How
Yeah.
are you judging that?
Just keeping my distance, set distance from the curb, I think.
So why didn't you swing out?
If I remembered, you know, if I swung out, I would have ended up on the other side, half on the other side of the road.
So could you not use that same position for approaching the left-hand turn?
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Right. We'll drive home, you ready?
Yeah.
End of the road left. Very good mirrors, well done.
Position myself. Yeah. Like that.
Very good, well done. So shall I hand that back to you now?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll be fine. Yeah.
Danger, do you see it?
Shouldn't they be on the road, or are they allowed to be on the path?
What do you think the possible danger there could have been?
I thought they were going to come on the road for a second. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
so what's the first thing you should do as you see them?
Oh yeah, check my mirror. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
And we're going to turn left.
Okay.
First exit. Now do you see the black and white poles with the beacons?
Yeah.
First thing we're going to do is check a mirror
Okay. Yeah.
and scan the crossing.
All right.
Just make sure we don't speed up.
Yeah.
we're going to turn left. Where are you going to keep your steering wheel?
Keep it here. So,
Yeah.
like that.
Good. Yeah. So would it be okay if you stopped at a crossing? I'll just let you deal with this first. Would it be okay if you stopped at a crossing to beckon the pedestrian out?
What was that? So stopped at a crossing for,
Yeah.
for what reason?
And we're going to turn right. I'll just let you deal with this first. So if you stopped at a crossing and the pedestrian is standing there, would it be okay to wave them across?
Oh no, 'cause you said you shouldn't wave them across.
Why?
Can't remember. Don't know. You shouldn't wave them across though.
If you wave them across, you're kind of taking responsibility.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
See the sign here? What does it say?
Make safety or priority giving speed.
Yeah, what did the big...
School, I think.
Yeah. So do you remember when you were at school?
Yeah.
When you came out of school, did you ever have anybody that helped you to cross the road?
My wife.
Say?
Yeah, my wife. Yeah, I remember. What was her name? Yeah, we had a.
Right, I'm just going to come back to that. Looking ahead here, it's our first control crossing.
Yeah.
Same procedure, you're going to check the mirror.
Mirror.
Look at the box on the right, nobody's pressed the button.
Yeah.
And scan the crossing, yeah?
All right.
Got the same zigzag lines,
Yeah.
yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so going back to the person that helped you to cross, can you remember what they were called?
Yeah, the lollipop man.
Well, I'd say a lollipop person. It doesn't have to be a man, does it?
Yeah, ours was a man. That's cool. Yeah.
How do you recognise them?
Yeah, the big yellow jacket on with the used to hold a stop sign.
Yeah. And when he walks out into the, he or she walks out into the road,
Yeah.
what must you do?
Stop.
Yeah. So again, what sign do you see ahead again?
Alright, I see that sign again. School.
Yeah. So, if it was school in or out time, what might you expect to see ahead?
The lollipop person.
Yeah. So there's two types of control crossings, two main types, Pelican and Puffin, yeah?
Pelican and puffin.
Yeah.
Alright.
The main difference is the Pelican, which has been phased out now, after the red light you'll get a flashing amber light, yeah?
Alright.
Can you remember from reading your highway code what a flashing amber light means?
No, I can't know.
I'll remind you if you like.
Yeah, yeah.
It means that you can go providing there's nobody on the crossing.
Oh, you see, okay.
Even if the light goes green and there's still somebody on the crossing, you must wait.
Alright.
Yeah?
That's a pelican, is it?
Yeah. On the Puffin, it's normal traffic light sequence.
Alright.
After the red light, you'll get the red and amber together, and then the green.
Okay.
And that's the only time you can go on the green, providing the road's clear.
Alright.
So looking well ahead, what can you see?
Man, see a person.
Can you see black and white poles with beacons on top?
Oh yeah, can, yeah,
So what's
yeah.
the first thing you're going to do?
Check my mirror.
Good. And what else are you going to do?
Scan now.
Yeah.
There's no one here.
See the zigzag lines?
Alright, there they are, yeah. See that.
And we're going to turn left. Just looking well ahead, is there anything you can see that we've been talking about?
yeah. I see the flashing number now. Shouldn't stop now, should I? Or
What's the first thing you're going to do?
check my mirror.
Are you going to stop?
Yeah, I am now, yeah.
Would you wave her across?
No, you
You
can't.
must come to a stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it important that you must come to a stop?
Because they're still crossing.
Yeah, what if she trips over or changes her mind and realises she's left her
Oh yeah, sometimes.
her purse at home
Sometimes they turn back, don't they?
and turning right at the lights? And now these traffic lights have got a built-in pedestrian element. So when the lights are green, just make sure there's nobody running against the red man. See the red man's on over there?
That's right, man. Alright. Up here, yeah.
When you were sitting there waiting, what you were doing, you were turning the wheel.
Yeah.
Can you remember we talked about dry steering?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? What damage does that do?
To the car itself.
Right, so what can you see ahead?
See a
Black and
cross-
white poles
yeah,
with beacons, yeah?
that's it, yeah.
What's the first thing you're going to do?
check my mirrors.
And what's the other thing you do?
Scan.
Scan. What do you see ahead?
Beacons.
What's the first thing you're going to do?
Check my mirrors.
And then what are you going to do?
Scan.
And what are you scanning for?
People.
So if you had a clear crossing, would it be okay to speed up on approach? What's the speed limit on here?
I think it's 30.
Yeah.
30.
So, what can you see ahead?
Oh yeah. Flashing beacon.
What's the first thing you're going to do?
Check my mirrors.
And then,
Scan.
and we're going to turn right.
Alright.
So you can do a bit of shaving here if you want to. Get a bit closer to the Range Rover. Right, I moved you away there. We'll talk about it in a second when we find somewhere safe to stop here.
Alright, yeah.
If you want to pull up somewhere on the left here, please.
I'm not done anything wrong, have I?
Okay?
I'm not done anything wrong, have I?
Let's have a chat.
Yeah.
Very good use of your mirrors on approach to that roundabout, yeah?
Alright.
Good timing of the signal.
Alright, thanks.
Just a couple of things. I might as well fill in another blank there. You didn't get a chance to answer. But why would it be important not to speed up on approach to a crossing? Even if there's nobody standing there.
Just in case someone comes and I have to, then it's harder for me to slow down.
Yeah, go back to the fact that we could have a shop here, yeah?
Yeah.
And if a child's just been in there spending their pocket money on the sweets,
Yeah.
and they run out of the shop straight onto the crossing, what are they more worried about?
The car coming at high speed.
They're probably more worried about their bag of sweets, aren't they?
Yeah, true.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if you speed up, what does that make it harder for you to do?
Never thought of that actually, yeah.
What does it make it harder for you to do?
Thought obviously it'd be longer for me to stop, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would do, yeah.
Yeah, never thought of that.
Right, just come on back to the white vehicle back there, which is called a Range Rover, yeah?
Alright, yeah.
Have you any idea why I'd put my hand across and just move you away slightly?
I think I might have got a bit too close to the car.
What's the danger of getting too close?
It's a nice car, so I could have crashed into
Well, it
it.
doesn't matter what kind of car it is.
Yeah, I could have crashed into it.
Anything else?
Not really, I think I got too close to the car.
Yeah, so what's the danger of getting too close, apart from maybe clipping it? You weren't actually close enough to clip it, but what else could have happened?
I could have got the car or something. Someone's in
Yeah.
the car. They opened the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you should always keep a...
And what actually could that car be hiding? Because it's a big vehicle, isn't it?
Hiding, I'm not too sure. Do you mean...
Well, do pedestrians cross this road?
Alright, yeah. Or it could be hiding pedestrians, someone could come in front.
Yeah, so if you're that close, how much time do you think you'd have to react?
I wouldn't have no time.
No.
No.
So, would you like to forget the pedestrian crossings today and change the lesson plan to clearance?
No, I think it was just a one-off. I think I'll be fine.
Right, well, I will keep an eye on you, yeah?
Alright, that's
Yeah?
fine, yeah.
Okay. Right, so drive on when you're ready.
Alright. Okay.
How do you feel about your speed with the amount of space you've got either side of you?
I think I'm doing alright.
You are now, but how were you doing earlier on?
Yeah, I think I was going a bit too fast and
When you got less room, what have you got less time to do?
think and stop obviously.
We're going to turn right.
So yeah, I'm kind of going to have time to
What are you expecting here?
people to walk behind to grab.
I'm just going to find a place to stop on the left here. I'll switch off and relax a minute. Right, so how are you feeling about the crossings now?
Yeah, I feel a little bit better now.
Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah,
At the beginning, can you remember what you scaled yourself?
I think it was a 2, wasn't it?
I think it was a 3.
3, alright, 3.
Yeah, so how would you scale yourself now?
Say I'm about a 6.
Yeah, that's double, isn't it?
Yeah, doubled it, yeah.
So, would you like to carry on and try a few more crossings?
Yeah, can do.
Don't be too enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget, you said to me at the beginning you wanted to get
Yeah,
7, 8, 9.
yeah.
So how much help do you want from me now?
I think I'm alright with him now.
What does that mean? You're all right.
I think I'd do it on my own.
You do it on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine for you to have a go on your own.
Yeah.
That's very brave of you. I will be watching you very closely, and if you put anybody inside this car or anybody on the road in danger,
Yeah.
I may have to come in with the brake,
Mhm.
a verbal command,
Mhm.
or move your steering.
Mhm.
If we have to do that, just like I did earlier on, we will pull over and we will discuss it. Yeah.
I'd be in trouble again.
Sorry?
I'd be in trouble.
You're
again.
not in trouble. It's all part of learning. Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. Yeah.
Right, we'll drive on. You ready?
Yeah. So, just come in.
That was good the way you reacted there. A nice check of the mirror beforehand. So what do you see ahead?
See a cyclist in the middle of the road.
Do you think you may come back out there again?
Never know.
What's the first thing you're going to do?
Check on me.
Good. He took a very wide swing into there, so he
Yeah.
was a little bit of a worry, wasn't
It was like my turning, wasn't it?
he? Sorry?
It was like my turning.
Yeah. So So could you just remind me, what must you do within the zigzags?
We're not allowed to overtake
Yeah.
or park on the zigzags.
And we're going to turn left at the end. Good mirrors, well done. Good scanning. Follow the road straight on, please. Roundabout, we're going to turn right.
Alright, so I'm going to check my mirror first. Scan.
Very good. And we're going to turn left, please, Hammad. So what's the other thing you mustn't do within the zigzags?
So I said we shouldn't park
Yeah.
or overtake.
What's the danger of overtaking?
Overtake. We can't overtake because another car's overtaking us. The car overtaking, they want to have a clear view of the pedestrian and the crossing.
That's it. Would it be okay to beckon the pedestrian across at a crossing?
No, we shouldn't do that. No.
Would it be okay to beckon the pedestrian across along here?
No.
Why is that?
I've got a car behind me as well. So unless they're already on the
And
road.
we're going to turn right. So if they're already in the road, what's that telling you?
Yeah, then obviously I would have to stop to give them way. School sign again.
Yeah, so what kind of crossing might you expect in school time?
The lollipop person.
Yeah. And what gives that lollipop person the right to stop you?
The stop sign.
Yeah.
So mirrors. Scan across.
So how did you know those lights weren't going to change?
With a box. So I had a quick look at the box.
Good lad. So if you're in slow moving traffic, would it be okay to actually stop on the crossing if the car in front of you stopped and you didn't have room to clear the crossing?
Sure. No, so
What do you think the pedestrians would have to do if you're actually stopping? How do you deal with this? Good mirrors, well done.
slow it down.
So what do you think the pedestrian would, or the pedestrians would have to do if you were actually blocking their crossing?
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be safe for them, will it? Because they might have to walk around my car.
Yeah.
Another person, yeah.
So you seem to be doing very well with the crossings now. You seem to absorb the information. we have a bit of time left. Would you like to try something else?
What else is there to try?
As you probably know, they ask you show me questions on the move now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I think I'm confident with that.
Well, do you mind if I ask anyway?
Alright.
So can you show me how you would turn on, how you would demist the rear window?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Alright, the rear window.
Yeah.
So I'll press that one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You can turn it off now. Thank you very much. And can you just show me how you would use the horn? Thank you.
So check my mirrors. They're quite far away, aren't they? So we don't need to stop.
And we're going to turn right at the roundabout.
So mirrors.
Very good, mirrors, well done. Roundabout, we're going to turn right.
Mirrors. Scan across. No one's coming.
And then last, we're going to take the next road on the left, please.
This is where I swung right, didn't I? Yeah.
You did.
Is that better?
Yeah, I love that. Just going to stop on the left here. If you can just avoid blocking the drive, because we're going to be chatting for a minute.
I'm in trouble again, am I?
No? You mind if I drop the window down while we're talking?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, you can switch off and relax.
Yeah.
Right, so how are you feeling about pedestrian crossings now?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 not good.
I think I'm at 11. No, about an 8. 9. I'm
Which?
pretty confident. Yeah, I think I can do them on my own now.
Sorry?
I think I can do them on my own now.
Yeah, so how are you going to scale it now?
About 8.5, 9. Let's see.
What do you think you need to do to get to a 10?
I think he'll just come over time. After a few lessons, I keep practicing them.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
just come naturally.
You do some driving with your wife as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Some practice with your wife?
Yeah.
Private practice? She's not charging you for the lessons, is she?
No.
So it's important that even though I'm not sitting next to you, that you're practicing as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
So we'll fill out your reflective log in a second, or I'll
Yeah.
get you to fill out your reflective log in a second.
Mhm.
What would you like to do on your lesson next week?
I've been watching a few videos. One of my mates was telling me as well, on his test, he had to do, I don't know what it's called, he like pulled on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, to reverse, I think he said a few cars back,
Yeah.
car lengths back or something. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that.
Yeah. It's called the right hand reverse, yeah?
Oh, right hand
Yeah.
reverse, alright.
Yeah, we can do that next week.
Yeah,
The instructions will be, when it's safe to do so, pull over to the right.
okay,
We're not worried about you blocking the driveway. Just don't pull up on a bus stop.
alright,
What we mean by when it's safe is that when it's safe to cross the path of oncoming traffic.
alright.
It might seem, I've seen a lot of people complain about this manoeuvre.
Alright, he said it was easy, and
No, I've seen a lot of driving instructors complain about it.
alright, why is it?
But, well, I don't know why really, because if you have a look at what's involved in it, one, you've got to cross the path of oncoming traffic
Okay.
safely.
Yeah,
You've got to reverse back for 2 car lengths, keeping reasonably close to the curb safely.
okay,
And then, to move away,
yeah,
again you've got to cross the path of oncoming traffic, if there's any traffic coming. And you've also got to join the path of traffic coming up behind you.
alright,
So, it's not the piece of cake that everybody, and the waste of space that everybody says it is, yeah?
okay,
Um,
yeah,
It's a good manoeuvre.
Yeah, pretty confident with that. I think I'd be okay with that.
Right, so I'll get you to fill out your reflective log,
Yeah.
and you can have relax.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be £35 for you. Right, I'll just get those cameras to pause.
Yeah.
The eye seat. So
Is that pauses?